Let me chime. No, I can't. Not possible. Not possible. Right. No problems. So now, as you can see, that we are now at Unit 4, which is the National Social Assistance Program. Coming to, I'll go quick. Please stop me where you want me to. Okay. Now, uh, now, so if we talk about yesterday's lecture, we spoke about the rural poor who needed self-employment. Then today we spoke about the rural poor who needed wage employment. Now we are talking about providing social assistance to those households that are suffering because of old age or because of the death of the breadwinner. So if you look at the first paragraph of 4.1, it very specifically talks about what is the target objective and why was this program introduced. It was introduced with the view to ensuring the minimum national standards of social assistance. Is this okay? Do you want me to go like this with the thing in front of you, and we'll only talk about important things? Is that fine? Is this way okay?
Yes, it's still okay,
It's
madam.
okay.
It's okay as
It's
you
okay.
can see.
Okay, or if you want me to make a PowerPoint presentation, I can do that, but it will only be a replication of what is already written over here.
Okay, madam.
So what you do is that with the notes that you have, you can underline the important things of what we are discussing. Okay. Okay, right. So fine. So this was the main objective about the program. This is called the National Social Assistance Program, which was introduced to ensure that those households where the bread earner has become old or has died, there is some kind of a minimum assistance provided to these such families by the government. Now, this National Social Assistance Program is one of the welfare programs of the state, and it was introduced in on August 14, 1995. Now, there is a word that is written. If you, I'm on paragraph just above 4.3. It says that it was a centrally sponsored program. Okay, so most of the programs in India are basically sponsored at levels. One by the center. Center means that India is a country, and we have our main government, central government in Delhi. So the central government, which controls the entire country, has its office in Delhi. So they provide funds and programs, financial assistance to all the states of the country. Along with that, every state also has powers of financial powers, and they have certain programs that are being run by the state level through the state finances. Okay, so this program, but is a centrally sponsored program. It is not a state program. So centrally sponsored programs have more money to it. They have better infrastructures to it. It is a well coordinated program at a pan India level. Since it is at a pan India level, that is why there are lesser loopholes. There are lesser problems in the funds reaching and benefits reaching to us. Okay. Now, if we come at 4.3 is we come at the main aim. What is the main of NSAP? NSAP, again, I'm repeating, stands for the National Social Assistance Program. Okay. Now, as you look at it, that the main aim of the program was to extend financial assistance to who all? To the old people who are having little or literally no means of subsistence, in households where the people are living below the poverty line because of the death of their main breadwinner. So as discussed earlier, it is for the old people and for those families who does not have a breadwinner amongst them. This program consists within it has two schemes through which these benefits reach out to the beneficiaries. One is a national old age pension scheme, and another is the national family benefit scheme. Okay, pension in this is pension is financial assistance that is given to the old in our country, and the government provides for their funds and gives them this kind of a financial assistance. Okay, we will not go for the criteria for old age pension because these are eligibility criterias which are not very confusing. It talks about how much amount of money is to be given. That is very clearly written over there. Then there are modes of distribution. This is also very clearly written. You will not have a problem in understanding it. But in case if there is any problem, please go through the material and we can discuss it tomorrow, particularly page wise and paragraph wise. This is what I was requesting. I had asked you to do yesterday also, but it's okay. Fine. Here again, we are talking. So this is the National Family Benefit Scheme. Also, this program, this scheme is basically this is the scheme through which money or financial assistance is given to those families who have lost their main breadwinner, and financial assistance is provided to such families with a fixed amount of almost about 10,000 rupees per month uh, is given to them in case of as a compensation. Okay, how do we get these compensations? There is the ways of getting these compensations. It is very clearly identified, and there are government procedures. There are forms to be filled. They are supposed to reach their village panchayat and get information recorded so that uh, the beneficiary list reaches the central level and funds are released according to the amount that is being asked at the village level or the state level. Okay, the release of funds, this is all it's a very it's not technical, but it's not difficult, but yes, it is all procedural. So there are procedures that are to be implemented, which is at this level, at the counseling level, telling you this will only mean a lot of time taking. It will take a lot of time. So it is. I have gone through it. It is not difficult for you to understand. Still, if you think that we need to take it up again, particularly in terms of those things which you're not able to understand too well, we will come back to it. Now we are on this part where I was talking about the decentralized system of fund releasing and program benefits reaching to the beneficiaries. So we have the state level, there are monitoring that, and there are certain guidelines and outlines that have been culled out to ensure monitoring at the state level. There is monitoring of both these schemes at the district level also. Then there is monitoring done at block level also, so that we ensure that the funds reaches the beneficiary without the middlemen trying to take the advantages out of it. So as we have already discussed, that the National Social Assistance Program is made up of two programs: National Old Age Pension Scheme, which is for those families who are not able to sustain themselves financially because of old age. So there is a monthly pension given to them, and then there is a National Family Benefit Scheme, which is given to those families who has lost their uh, primary breadwinner. So this is about Unit 4, and now I will. You want to take 1 or 2 minutes, just go through it, and we can come to Unit 5 after this.
Ma,
Yes,
please, if
please.
I allow, I will want to get some clarification before we move on.
Yes.
Because on the LMI system we have, the Unit 2, And the block 2 we have over here in the system consists of basic services, which the units are universal literacy, rural housing, drinking water, rural connectivity. So it's a little bit confusing with
I understand. I totally understand. But the material that I am sharing is this not the material that you have with you?
no in the L
No,
and
no, no,
the
sorry.
L,
Wait. You are reading block 4 of you are on block 4. We are still on block 2.
but in the LMS system we have over here, the block 2 that is what I'm mentioning to you.
Okay. Okay. I think you need this you need to clarify this at that level. Do you have anywhere any unit that is talking about SGSY, SGRY, National Social Assistance Program? Maybe it is
Yes,
given under some other block.
the National Social Assistance Welfare Programs is on Block 4. That's other development programs.
So I guess there is some problem with so how should we? Anyways, so what I just shared with you, do you have it with you? Maybe in a different unit under a different unit name, but do you have that material with you?
Yes, it's here on the LMS, but like I said, it's not on the he was alluding to. It's not on the unit you are referring us to, but it's there. The
Fine,
content is there. It's on Block 4. That's unit 13 of Block 4. As they
because
say,
for,
yeah,
yeah, for me, my block 4 is actually about rural basic services and infrastructure, where we are talking about education, rural housing, rural healthcare. This we are talking in unit 4, and you are
yeah.
saying
So
that
it differs from.
in unit 2, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess there is some you can probably get it clarified at the administrative level of IGNU that
Right.
why is there difference of material in LMS, MMS, and maybe your uh, what portal that you were talking about? Hmm.
Hello, ma'am. Can I just put a comment on that one?
Yeah, initially that you were saying that it is there. Anyways, so you need to. I don't know what all portals you have to which you are downloading your material. I would really not know that. Uh, you need to see
And the
it out
material that we have are quite different in terms of the way they're arranged. And
amongst yourself. You can just find out who is getting what from where. So this way, I think all confusion can be. And I will definitely now, instead of just taking the name of the unit, I will also read out what this unit contains so that you can look it up for it in any other unit if it is present. Fine. So now according to me, I am on block 2, unit 5, which talks about food security. Okay, the food security. Downloading it for you on my computer. I will just close this. Just a minute. Yes. See whether you have it with you and in which block you have it. Open it accordingly. Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, you can. But
Look for it. Where is it? Which unit do you have it in? Which block do you have it in?
Mine is block unit 5.
It's on the notes that we have. It's unit number 14.
Oh God, my God. No wonder you people are so confused. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, no wonder you might have not been able to relate to what I was teaching?
Yes.
Oh, oh God. You should have told me this earlier. कोई नहीं, no problem. I'm there for you. In case there is, just give me a second. There's some internet. Just
I think she's supposed to use the one on the LMS, not the one on the website, because everybody is on the LMS. I don't know.
I agree.
okay. So don't worry if you are even a little bit lost as to what we did yesterday. We can get back to it whenever you want to. Feel free to contact me, and we can have our uh, uh, extra lectures, and I can dedicate extra time to you. Right? So now let us proceed with food security. Okay. Now this, as we spoke about when we were discussing the green revolution, where I said that there was a period in India that India faced a lot of food crisis. A lot of food crisis. There was a shortfall of yield. There was a shortfall of domestic production, and as a result, there was a major shortfall of food grains also. And that is when this green revolution came into being, where high yielding seed varieties were introduced, and pesticides were introduced, chemical fertilizers were introduced, technology was introduced, machines were introduced for agriculture, so as to increase the productivity and the agricultural outputs of the country. Now, what happened is that since India is a very, very large company, we cannot merely depend on the uh, we cannot depend we cannot really depend on large scale import of food grains. We cannot import, we are a huge country and we cannot import food grains from outside to meet our requirements. Therefore, plans had to be made to make up a system, to put a system in place so as to ensure that the food requirements of this large country are met in a sustainable manner, because importing food was not an option for us. So that is why the food that is why the food security programs were brought into place. So when we talk about the food security program, what was the basic outlines that were essential for such a program? That or what was the objective of such a program? As you can see, objective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The main intention was to increase the domestic production of food grains. There was a limited presence in the international trade in food grains, ensuring regional food security within the country, stabilizing of the prices of food grains by maintaining a buffer stock, providing subsidized food grains to the poor through the PDS. Okay. Now, rest all the points are clear. Stability of prices of food grain, point 4, deals with black marketing. What happens is that once when we have certain since we India has, it's a country which has changing seasons, and each season has is conducive to the production and harvesting of different type of grains. So generally what happens that if it is a potato season, then we get our potatoes in a very at low prices. But these potatoes, instead of being floated in the market, are stocked up by the people so that they can sell it when the prices of potato comes up. Potato is just an example. It happens with most of the products. So that is so so what happens is such black marketing practices the government ensured that is still ensuring that such black marketing practices don't happen, and the government keeps a buffer stock instead of the stock being kept in private hands. The government keeps a buffer stock in case there is any shortage of any grain in a particular season. So a buffer stock is kept so that the shortage or the prices of that grain does not rise. I hope you're able to understand this. Have you understood this?
Uh, well, yes, maybe
Yes, and okay.
Okay, for
can you
example,
just go back a little
for
bit?
example,
But otherwise, yes.
I'll give you an example. For example, uh, I produce potatoes in January, and January is a very conducive environment to grow potatoes. And I keep it with me. And potatoes are given and are available in the market for around 10 rupees per kg. And since it is in abundance and it's not a problem, it's on every stall, it's everywhere. I go, it's easily and readily available in all the marketplaces, and I'm getting it at a low price of 10 rupees. Now, somewhere in probably in May, when all the potatoes have been sold off, there is a new lot that needs to be grown. But due to some environmental problems, or maybe some some non-conduciveness of the environment, the amount of potato that needed to be grown in May could not. It got maybe it got rotten, or the crop got spoiled. So in such a situation, what happens that the amount of potatoes available in the market is very less. And of course, when there is less of supply and there is more of demand, the prices go up. This is a basic economic formula. So now there is less of supply of potatoes, but the demand is as there, because it's a basic essential item in most of the parts of the country. So now since the supply is less, so the prices go up. So government at its level ensures that the supply of any grain does not become less, and it matches with the demand. Because if the demand and supply ratio is together, the prices will not rise. So this is what is the effort of the government is towards ensuring. So that is I this was important because most of the efforts of the government goes in creating a buffer stock. Okay, so here we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 units, these 5 topics are discussed further as 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, where they will that we talk about that efforts were made to increase the domestic production of food grains. That is through they've given statistics also about it, high yielding seed varieties and how they were implemented and how they were brought into the system. And this is all detail about how we can ensure that the our domestic food production increases. Then there is also this program also targets at the international trading of our food grains. So we also need to export our products to be able to bring up the economic levels of our country and of the rural poor up. Next is ensuring regional food security. Even at a regional level means region wise. Region wise also food security and production needs to be ensured. The strategies that needs to be put into place so that there is a movement of the food grain from one part to the other part. So there is a corporation which is known as the Food Corporation of India (FCI), whose responsibility is to ensure and facilitate the movement of food grains from one region to another, so that no private agents get into it and take share or make their cuts. These middlemen land up taking a lot of the profits away from the final beneficiaries. Supposingly, I'm a poor farmer who has five, around 50 kgs of rice, and I will sell it to. I don't have the means of selling my rice in the urban market, or maybe don't have that money to be able to transport it to the places where they need where I can find market. So a middleman will approach me and. I'm talking about random numbers, and maybe I will get. I have what 50 kgs of rice. I might be given some whatever amount that I get per kg. Supposedly I am getting some 10 rupees per. He'll sell it to me. He'll take it to me for 10 rupees per kg, and he will sell it in the market for 25 rupees per kg. So he is ultimately taking 15% of the share profit, which actually was mine. If only I had not sold it to him, and if only I had the kind of facilities to be able to market my food grains. So the government of India ensures that the government buys it from the farmers. The, the government buys it from the farmers at a fixed rate and then sells it to the other parts of the country instead of any private agent doing this buying and selling, because government definitely takes no share, makes no profit out of it. It is on cost to cost basis. So FCI, the Food Corporation of India, has been given this responsibility to ensure this movement of food grains from one region to another, from North India to South India, from South India to East to West, or even within the state, regional, state level. So this is how we secure the regional movement of food grains. Stabilizing food grain prices. This I discussed in detail with you, that how we create a buffer system, and the government keeps a buffer system, keeps buffer amount with it so that the prices don't go up. Then we have a public distribution system. In this system, the food grains are given to the rural. Food is given. Food grains actually. It's in terms of sugar and flour and wheat, sugar, wheat, salt. These kind of things are given to the rural poor, and it is called rationing. The term used for it is rations. This system, the food grain is directly distributed to the public, rural poor public, who are, so that they are able to meet the basic essential food requirements needed for a healthy, honorable living. Okay, this is about food security. With this, our block two. With this, block two is over, gets over, which is related to the programs for self and wage employment and social security. So, under self employment, we spoke about SGSY, Swan Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, which was related to self employment. Second section in this is wage employment, which we spoke about it as SGRY, that is Sampoorn Gramin Rozgar Yojana. Unit 4 and Unit 5 are related to the social security of social security programs through national social assistance. This is financial assistance given to the rural old aged people and to those families who have lost their primary breadwinner. This is financial assistance is given to them. And then there are food security programs which aims and which aims at ensuring that uh, this program has around 4 5 aims, which we just discussed, is to increase the domestic productivity, to break the nexus or to avoid the middlemen from taking the profits. To for third, maybe we'll say that for the food grains to reach the public through the direct public transfer of food, distribution of food, direct distribution of food to the beneficiaries. So there are these 6 7 ways in which food security is being ensured in our country. So this you can look it up. As you can see, I'm going back on this unit. This is it. This with this unit 5 of block 2 according to me is over. So we'll take a 5 minutes break now before proceeding to block 3. If you think no, I don't think I have an option of that because I've been asked to do block 3 also today. So is this procedure fine how we are going through? Are you okay with it? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes,
Madam,
fine.
block 3 at your end, what is the name?
Just a minute. I'm sorry. Can you repeat? Okay.
I'm saying
It's called other development programs. Unit. There are 4 units in it. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Unit 1 is the Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana. Other development programs. It's called other development programs. Look, and that's why I'm giving you 5 minutes. Look for it. It deals with Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana. Then there is Rural Employment Generation Program. Then there is Rashtriya Mahila Kosh. And the fourth is a program for development of finance corporations. Okay? Take your time, take 5 minutes. If we are not able to complete it, we'll speed it up tomorrow then. 5 minutes you have. It's 42, probably at 45 I'll get back to you.
what unit is a madam coming to teach when she comes? Which unit are we supposed to go to?
Okay, so now we come on to block 3, which any idea, were you able to identify where is it present in your scheme, in your material? Have you been to look for it? Have you been able to look for it? Maybe it will help others. If you could share kindly. Mine is block 3. Which one is yours? Other development programs. Okay, fine. So I will just share my screen. Your entire screen. Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. This is Unit 1, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, which the short form stands is PMRY. PMRY. Okay, so now here we are talking about this program which focuses on proper it is a program that talks about providing employment to the people. This comes under other development programs, and what we will come directly to the objective and target of this program 1.2.1. The main objective of this program is to actually assist the educated unemployed youth. Okay, so here we are talking about the youth that is educated but have not been able to get a job for themselves. The difference between the difference between the earlier discussed employment schemes and this is that over there we were talking about skilled laborers. Here we are talking about the educated people of their jobs were being given based on the skills that they have in terms of their capabilities of making products, rural indigenous products. Here the jobs are given based on employment opportunities are based on the educational status of the youth. So it talks about, so we are basically the main eligibility or the people who are eligible for this program have there are certain criteria for it. There is an age limit to it which is 18 to 35. Then there are certain qualifications that they need to have. They should have cleared at least class 8 standard. Then their family income should not exceed beyond a point, that is they should come under the category of being called poor. So their family income should not be more than 40,000 per annum. In to be able to be eligible for this scheme, as in to be able to apply for this scheme under Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, uh, it is necessary that you should be a permanent resident of that area for at least 3 years. So if supposingly you are applying for this scheme in an X village, you should have been in that village for at least lived in that village for at least 3 years. Migrants will not get a job from one state Migrants from one state to another will not get a job. They will get this job only in their own home state, or the place where they are residing in, their permanent residence, place of their permanent residence. Okay, then there are certain reservation policies that are there. The reservation, matlab seats are, uh, X number of seats are demarcated for an X category of people, whether it is the scheduled caste people of our country, or the tribal society of our country, or now at times even for the women, there are certain seats that are allocated which needs to be filled up only by the women candidates. Then we will not go into the details about the project cost subsidy and the marginal money. Basically, this program, and this program is based on and is made for the youth of our country who are educated and are poor, living in poor areas, living in poor localities. There are opportunities that are made available to them through this scheme, and they need to apply to it. And then whenever vacancies are declared open, they are given the first priority of applying for this job. Okay, now there the budget, what amount of budget is allocated on, and what kind of expenditure is incurred. These are numeric numbers. There's nothing to discuss about it. Please go through it. It's important to at least know what kind of money is being culled into such kind of programs in our country. Then there is a proper monitoring system, as I told you. All the programs and schemes have a very well designed monitoring system to ensure that there are no leakages of the financial benefits or finances from the hands of those who are the service providers. So these are all the details that they've talked about the monitoring. There are also there another within this scheme. Within these schemes, there are also trainings provided to the youth so that they can go through entrepreneurial development trainings of around 15 to 20 working days to upgrade and enhance their skills. Right? So this is basically the Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. Coming to the next Yojana is the Rural Employment Generation Program. Rural Employment Generation Program, which is called REGP. I will directly come to the objectives of this program. With the objectives, we are able to we are mainly able to understand the target also. So the main objective of the program is to generate employment in rural areas, to develop entrepreneurial skills and attitude among the rural unemployed youth, to achieve the goal of rural industrialization, and to facilitate the participation of financial institutions for higher credit flow to rural industries. Okay, so whatever so it is employment here is provided to the rural poor through the efforts of the government by ensuring that the rural industries get proper financial aid to be able to put up industries so that the youth can also then work in these industries and get employed. Who are the beneficiaries of this program? The main beneficiaries of this programs are again the individuals who are the rural artisans, self-help groups, as we've already discussed, and there are institutions also that can apply for under this program if they are wanting to take up any employment generation activities, and there are cooperative societies also that can who can take the benefits out of this program. Coming to Unit 2.2, Here we are, we they have mentioned the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which is a central. This is important. That is why I have got back to it. There is a special commission that has been formulated and put in place, which is at a central level and both at the state level, and also there are village industry boards which are functioning in various state and union territories to carry out Khadi and village industry programs. Okay, Khadi and village industry program. Khadi, as you all know, is a form of a cloth that is made by the local people at the local level. So this is again related to the rural employment generation programs for the youth. And not only this program, unlike all the other programs, is not only there for individuals or group, it is also for institutions and cooperative societies who can take benefits out of this. So what are they saying? That any individual above the age of 18 is eligible for finances under this program. Institutions and societies, trust and SHGs are eligible for up to 25 lakhs. So they can take up this money, financial assistance, financial aid, and then they can put up any kind of an income generation program in the rural areas. Of course, it is important for them to fill up the vacancies by the local rural people living around the program, around the factories or industries or whatever initiative that you are taking. By the job requirements and need to be filled up by the local rural people of that area. This way, the youth will remain in their locality, in their um, uh, domicile area, and be able to get employment. Okay, so this is about the Rural Employment Generation Program. I don't have time. I will quickly go through the last. Okay, I think we don't have time. I don't want to keep you waiting. I'll go a little faster. Did you see my share screen? Were you able to see the unit? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear you, man.
Yes, ma'am.
You were able to see my share screen, right? Initially, did you see this unit that I was discussing?
No.
Oh,
No, we can't see your screen.
you could not see my screen.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, you should have told me, but okay, so this is the Rural Employment Generation Program that we just discussed. This is Unit 2, okay? And you can go through it. It talks about, this is what the main objectives. These are the main objectives: to generate employment in rural areas, to develop entrepreneurial skills amongst the rural youth, to achieve the goal of rural industrialization. The objective is to bring up to set up more and more industries in the rural areas, and also to provide financial to encourage these financial institutes to come and um, sponsor or come and put money or invest in the rural areas. So this is the main objective of the Rural Employment Generation Program, and the people who can benefit from this program are individuals. Individuals can take some amount of money for setting up can take up some kind of financial assistance for setting up their own for setting up a business, or to set up an industry. Trusts and self-help groups can also benefit from this, can take financial assistance under this program. Institutions can take financial assistance under this program, and cooperative societies can also take societies can also take financial aid from this program. Here in detail, they have discussed about that what kind of money, how much one can take, 25% of the project cost can be taken for what. It is in quite a bit of a detail. You go through it. If in case there is any problem, we can discuss it later. As I've already discussed that this in case a cooperative society or a trust or an SHG is wanting to take money, so they are eligible for almost 25 lakhs of money that they can get from this. They can ask for from this program. Okay, so this is about the Rural Employment Generation Program. Unit 3 and Unit 4 we'll discuss tomorrow because we are now running short. We are already gone overboard with time, and we'll hurry up. I'll hurry up a little bit tomorrow because if I did not know that this kind of a system works better for you, it works well for me also. Where I'll share my screen and we'll go through each unit para by para, only discussing and talking about those things which I feel need some clarification. This is my understanding. In case you need some clarification on whatever, you are please feel free to ask me. Okay, all well. So I'll log out now and we'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Do you want anything? Do you want to ask anything? Any clarification? Okay. See you then.